Hi guys, welcome back to Finpact. Today we're looking at, is Palantir becoming a meme stock? Okay, caveat. It's not a meme stock, but is it behaving like a meme stock? The thing is, Palantir has had so much media traction, lots of Reddit users have been talking about it, pumping the stock. So many people, including myself, we're very excited. Now the Palantir stock has been down 45% in price since November. That's a lot, given a lot of the price predictions a lot of us thought the stock could get to. But remember, lots of tech stocks have been down. The market has been incredibly volatile, both in the crypto market as well as in the stock markets. The stock market has been facing major turbulence ever since the Federal Reserve have been expecting an interest rate hike, and a lot of people have been selling their shares. But Palantir, although it's fundamentally still very strong, is still seeing a downfall in its price. Now for me, when I see a stock with major downswings in its price, and this isn't driven by fundamentals or massive negative news, then that to me is about something else. And that something else tends to be market sentiment combined with what's happening online, because Palantir was one of the most speculated stocks of 2021. Ever since they had their IPO, it's been one of the most speculated stocks with price predictions ranging from huge highs to huge lows. But personally, I am still very bullish on Palantir in the long run. I even said in my previous videos that the Palantir price predictions and the fact that it could become a $1 trillion company could be in the 5 to 10 year horizon, especially as they still report a net loss. And this is because they give a lot of their earnings and their revenues paid out as stock-based compensation to the investors. And recently we've seen a lot of investors having sold shares. In fact, since Palantir went public, $2.2 billion worth of their shares have been sold by insiders. And now guys, let's just jump into what Wall Street has been saying and where the price is at, and then we'll look at why the price is falling and what, your long-term strategy could be for it. Now guys, before we jump into this video, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and that bell notification so that you get informed on when I release a video, as a lot of the information is time sensitive. Taking a look at the current price for Palantir Technologies, the ticker is PLTR. The current price is $12.56. This is well below some of the highs we saw earlier in 2021. Now, strangely, the analyst rating consensus is a moderate sell, and this is based on 4 sell ratings, 3 are saying to hold and 1 are saying to buy. But the analyst price target is $21.14, which is a 68.31% upside based on 8 Wall Street analysts offering 12-month price targets. Now, TipRanks is a great tool you can use to give you data analytics on different stocks you're into. The TipRanks Smart Score gives us a rating on whether a stock will outperform the market or underperform. So a 5 is when it's neutral, a 10 or skewing towards 10 is when it's more likely to outperform the market, and a 1 is likely to underperform the market. So currently it's been given a TipRanks Smart Score of a 5, in that it is neutral. But let's look at the overall sentiment. The overall sentiment shows that analyst ratings deem it moderate sell. TipRanks investors are very negative, and I'll go into why people are negative and selling in a second. But blogger opinions and news sentiment is bullish, which gives us a clear indicator that their fundamentals are still strong. There hasn't been anything major that has been pinpointed to me in the market that would cause such a price tumble, which shows there are different mechanics at play here. Hedge fund activity has actually increased by 6.6 million shares, meaning they bought. They're buying the dip. They see the fundamentals behind Palantir. This is an indicator of that. Remember, when the market is scared, that's when people are selling. The market has had an absolute bloodbath recently. Loads of tech stocks have tumbled. And again, like I mentioned, this is because of a lot of different factors. One of them being Federal Reserve's announcement that they are going to likely hike interest rates, which of course is negative. Interest rates going higher means that the cost of borrowing is higher and more people are less likely to take out loans, and therefore consumer demand is lower. That's sort of the economics behind interest rates. And when expectations are announced, that's when the mechanics in the supply and demand come into play. So back to this, technicals have been negative because of the annual loss that we're seeing, but let's go into that. They've actually decreased in their government revenue growth. And we know that they're trying to focus on expanding in the commercial sector. But I think Palantir is a company that is very early in its growth cycle. I think what their product and their software is part of the data revolution. Just because their price has fallen does not mean that their fundamentals and the actual quality of the product is not able to be implemented globally by industries and businesses all over the world. And then if we look at insider activity, this shows that $571,000 worth of shares was sold just in the last 3 months. Now, the thing is, their quarterly reports have been beating expectations. In fact, their revenue had been reported to grow by 36%, which was a strong finish to the year, but the overall markets did not support this sentiment. They had actually expected their third quarter revenue to come in at $418 million, which was above the current estimate of $402 million. But the thing is, you guys, there has been a slowdown in the growth of the company's key governmental services business. The increase in revenue from the US federal government contracts had actually fallen by half quarter over quarter. But the thing is, a lot of their revenue was from the government side of the business. They wanted to expand their commercial side. But that's actually been accelerated because Palantir has been investing in a lot of different investments through SPACs. In fact, look at this fantastic bullish news that I've seen in Palantir. Palantir is looking to enter the crypto space. Take a look at this article. Palantir is super excited about new crypto security software, and they say that all clients are welcome to pay us in crypto. So before I jump into that, let's just take a look at their offerings. They have Foundry, Gotham, and Apollo. So those are the main offerings. Foundry is the operating system for modern enterprise. So code writing isn't necessary for these companies to analyze the data, and it makes the implementation quite easy. They have a tailored software. Gotham, on the other hand, is used by governments for decision making. This allows them to process real-time data and process critical data so that they can make informed decisions. And the Apollo software allows Foundry to run across multiple networks. Sort of interoperability right there. So what they said is that the company would be a massive accelerant for cryptocurrency businesses. Just quoting their chief operating officer, Shyam Shankar, he said that we are super excited about Foundry for crypto. We see it as a unique fit for fast-growing crypto companies that need industrialized compliance solutions. And the founder of the company, Peter Thiel, said this year that the company released Foundry for crypto, which, as per Palantir, offers cryptocurrency companies cutting-edge technology. Now, Palantir is focused also on expansion throughout 2022 and the years coming. In fact, they even appointed Philip Mathieu as president of Palantir EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And he comes from a lot of experience. He had a role at Oracle where he was the executive vice president of EMEA and JAPAC regions, and he was responsible for overall sales and profit and loss for the Oracle business, amounting to $16 billion in revenue. So him being part of Palantir will help the expansion across the EMEA region and therefore drive revenue. And check what he quoted. Palantir has become the operating system of choice for enterprises and the demand is growing exponentially. Now let's just take a look at what I mean by it behaving like a meme stock. Now, many stocks are fundamentally very good, but sometimes there are market dynamics in play, and that could be lots of people trying to drive the stock up, lots of people bullish, lots of people bearish. It's almost a very emotional market, and that's sort of what drives meme stocks. If you take a look at meme stocks, a lot of them are community driven. Now, Palantir is not a meme stock. It's a fundamentally fantastic technology company that is making waves across the world, and I am still very bullish for it in the 5 to 10 year horizon. But the reason the price has gone down is I believe that it's behaving like a meme stock because of this community support. Just take a look at Reddit posts. There are discussions every day that people post, even memes about Palantir. I mean, take a look at this. Palantir investor on the 27th of Jan 2021 to now. It's been a roller coaster. Now, for me, if you guys are stressed when you invest in stocks, choose fundamentally good stocks and hold them for the long term. I've invested in Palantir myself. I post about when I did on my Patreon, and I'm not looking at it. I believe in the company itself and what they are doing and their software and the team that drive Palantir. I mentioned a lot of this in my previous video on Palantir, the backstory, what they do, the team, where they come from. So definitely check that out. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Palantir stock? Analysts have been quite bullish, as you can see, but the reason it's a moderate sell is because of the market sentiment. And personally, that's not how I view an investment in a long-term stock. So yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button and that bell notification, so that you get informed on when I release a video, as a lot of the information is time sensitive. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.